In this video, we will start with the basics of forces. Now, what exactly is a force? We know that a force is a vector quantity. That means it has magnitude as well as direction. The unit of force is Newton, and we use the symbol N for Newton. And force is basically an influence. Force can change the direction of a moving object. Force can increase the velocity of a moving object. Force can make a stationary particle accelerate. Force can make a moving object stop. So this is the influence that this force can exert. Now let's draw a diagram. This is a flat surface. On top of it, I'm drawing a box. The forward force is 10 Newton. The backward force is 10 Newton. The forces are balanced. Let's say the particle is at rest. So therefore, we say the particle is in equilibrium under the action of forces. The forward force and the backward forces are equal. Similarly, if there is an upward force of 8 Newton, there is a downward force of x Newton, and the particle is still not moving. It is still at rest. That means vertically, the forces are again balanced. So therefore, the value of x is 8 Newton. Just a simple diagram to illustrate the effect of forces on a particle. Now let's take another particle. And this time, this particle is moving with constant velocity. So the forward force is again 10 Newton. The backward force is x Newton this time. And the particle is moving with a constant velocity of 2 meters per second. So let me write over here the terminology constant velocity. It would behave as if the particle is at rest. So again, the forward force and the backward forces are balanced. The particle is in equilibrium. So therefore, the value of x is 10. Similarly, if I draw another diagram with a flat surface. So this is the flat surface. There is a box on top, and this time the forward force is 10 Newton and the backward force is 4 Newton. Isn't it the same thing as saying, let me draw this diagram again, and again the box is at the top. Isn't it the same thing as saying it is moving with a resultant force of 6 Newton? Yes, we can say that. Why? Because let's say this 10 Newton is positive in this direction. So along the x-axis, I'm taking it to be positive. And along the negative x-axis, it's negative. So therefore, positive 10 adding up to negative 4, that adds up to 6 Newton. The overall force, that is the resultant force, is 6 Newton. 6 Newton will make this particle accelerate. In other topic of Newton's law of motion, we will focus on how to calculate this acceleration. But right now, the idea is, since the forces are not balanced, so unbalanced forces causes a particle to accelerate. So far, what we have seen is that there are 3 possible scenarios. Either the particle is at rest, so the forces are balanced. If the particle moves with constant velocity, it behaves as if the particle is at rest, the forces are balanced, the horizontal forces are balanced, the vertical forces are balanced. But in order for a particle to accelerate, the forces should be unbalanced. The resultant force makes the particle accelerate. So in this video, we have focused on the basic idea of forces. Now, in further videos, we will be talking about the resultant of forces, equilibrium of forces. We will talk about resolution of forces, that means resolving a force into its components. And then later on, we will be talking about a resistive force known as friction. So that is the concept that we have learned in this particular video.